How ironic that we're talking about Italy and I'm putting Italian oil from Trader Joe's. Oh my God, it looks so much better with shine. My mom says, I eating with that. I'm like, what the f? It's not going on your food. I've actually gone to restaurants where I was dry as hell and I sneak over to the kitchen like, can I get some olive oil? And they pour it out of this like 1,000-year-old bottle that's like Asian. And I'm like, thank you so much. Oh, now she's heavenly. Thank you, Kenzie, for sponsoring this episode. What's a common greeting in Italian?
Buonasera.
Buonasera. It's ciao. Buonasera, Hunnay.
Is that a fly?
I hate fruit flies, and there's one in the house. Oh my God, I can just picture them having babies. Today is a very, very special day because I'm refreshed, I feel traveled, I'm self-loved, and I'm here to love you back. Before I tell you about my adventure, I've got to tell you about the thing that kept me so smooth and so silky the entire time. This is my Kenzie IPL device. I've sang so many praises about my Kenzie. Just like that. It's so easy. And you don't feel a thing, it doesn't hurt, it doesn't sting. You literally feel nothing, but you can see the effects immediately. But what I really love is that this is the first time I took this baby on the road. We actually went to Italy, and because I was showing so much skin, I was out in the sun, I needed to say so sexy, so smooth, and this helped me do that. The crazy thing about this is that you can see the results in just 3 to 4 treatments. The proof is in the pudding, baby. Look at my legs. I only have to shave like once every couple of weeks if I want to touch up, but I can go without shaving for weeks and not have to deal with it because of my Kenzie. The best thing about Kenzie is that it'll deliver results in as soon as 2 to 3 weeks. Full results, 12 weeks. Get to know yourself a little bit better in the bathroom with your Kenzie, and you'll notice in 12 weeks, boom, you're a hairless kitty. With waxing or shaving, you still get red bumps, you get ingrown hairs or strawberry skin, that patchy, gross stuff. You never get that with Kenzie. I was sunbathing a lot in Italy, of course, and I started to notice getting sunspots or like little just age spots, and the Kenzie actually wiped them out. The best thing about having a Kenzie at your fingertips is you can have your appointment for your hair removal at any time, anywhere you want. I could do my hair removal at 3 in the morning in Italy because Kenzie was here. And I promise you, the one thing that you guys asked me a lot in the comments was, is it really painless? Swear, hand over heart, painless. You won't feel a thing. And remember, with your Kenzie, you buy it once and it's so affordable. I would pay upwards $80 to $100 for just a wax appointment. Baby. And you know I love taking care of you guys out there to save some money. So click the link below, put in the code HUN50 for $50 off. Take care of you. Get your Kenzie. Don't have to worry about waiting in line anymore, scheduling appointments, wasting your money. I can't recommend this product enough. I even saved myself Italian candies. Haribo Carensac. They're licorice.
Hi.
How are you, Mom? Mom, it's my show right now. Get out.
Oh, that's your show? Okay, oh, I'm moving. Oh, did you see me? Did you see me, no?
Mom, I'm telling everybody about my trip to Italy without you.
When?
Right now. Please keep it quiet. Fam, we've all been holed up at home. It's been a very rough couple of years, and I am so thankful to say that I recently just took my first vacation by myself. That sounds crazy, right? Newly married, of course it would make sense to take a vacation with my husband, but no, I actually took this vacation by myself because travel is everything. I actually would like to say that I work so hard and do shows like this and run myself a crazy schedule because I want to be able to afford travel. And that's always been something within me before I even met Jay. And I learned in the past when I started to just schedule my travel or my need to get out or get away based on other people's schedule or the guilt of not bringing somebody else along, I kind of lost a bit of myself. I really do enjoy alone time. There's a difference between noise and sound. And when I hear a lot of noise from my schedule to my family to just everyday life, which also is great, but also can be overwhelming, I lose the sound of my voice. I find myself when I get lost. So my favorite thing to do is to go to any part of the country, any part of the city, any part of the world where I don't know anybody and just get lost, and I was able to do that on my own. Thankfully, I have a husband that supports that. Of course, I invited Jay to come with me initially. It wasn't like, I'm leaving, goodbye, we just got married. No, I invited him with me, but his schedule is crazy. He's shooting an album. He actually just wrapped a movie. He's scoring a movie. There's so much that he's doing that I was like, are you okay if I go on my own? And the great thing is, because he is my soulmate, he knew it. He was like, yes, go on your own, have a good time because I know this about you. Thank you so much, babe, for just understanding that side of me. The other cool thing about this trip is that I was able to join my best friends on their trip. So Jared and Jeremy, the amazing besties of mine, also the founders of Too Faced, happened to be on their trip in Lake Como. So I kind of jumped in alongside them. And that is so fun because that's something we've done for about almost 4 years now, just traveling together. And they are truly the greatest inspiration of love and life to me. Not only their relationship with one another, but also how they treat life, how hard they work, how much they've done, not only for the community, but also for the beauty world. And then they take time to replenish themselves, and they're so generous and just loving in the way that they welcome other friends and family like myself. So Jared and Jeremy were also great reasons to go and travel on my own and be able to see my besties. My trip started in Lake Como. That's right. I have this rule that I'll never fly overseas just to go to one place. Because when you're sitting on the plane for at least 8 hours, you gotta park it and really explore. If you've never been to Lake Como, it probably is one of the most beautiful, tranquil places in the world. It's the reason why George and Amal live over there. The water comes down from the Alps, the Swiss Alps, and it just fills this gorgeous lake. And let me tell you, I think you guys know that my favorite color is green. Even my engagement ring, it has green in it. I'm wearing green earrings. I love green, but Lake Como's green, the color of the lake, is the most beautiful green I have ever seen, and you won't find that shade of green anywhere else. I call it Gucci green. It's just really rich and foresty, and being on the water, you travel anywhere around Lake Como through the water taxis, so it's the best thing ever. But with that type of setting, girl, you don't do anything. That's the best part. You just sit your down, shut up, and just enjoy the nature. I actually brought a whole pack of thank you cards. It's been a while since we got married, and I have not had the time to get to my thank you cards to thank people for amazing gifts and things that they did for our wedding. I wrote on my thank you cards, and I left them open so Jay can even sign them, so that's gonna be sent out. I'm really in this place of appreciating female entrepreneurs. And this is a book by Jamie Kern-Lima, who is a beauty founder. And she has a crazy story about how she kind of fell into beauty because she didn't find something in the market to help her own skin condition. I'm almost done with it, and it's a super inspiring book. And oh, I did take a couple pictures, which you'll see on the gram, because of course I had to bring my fashion. And then after that, I promised myself no more pictures. I'm just gonna have fun for the rest of the vacation and not do social media. So, I feel like you're really just trying to jump in this episode because you're jealous you're not in it. So anyway, I'm so thankful. One of my favorite photographers who happens to live in Milan, her name is Anna. She's an amazing photographer. She's taken my pictures before in Lake Como. So I called Anna out. She just had a baby, and I was like, do you have some time? Come on out so you can show me pictures of your baby, take pictures with me. And so we came out and had a fun photo shoot together. You guys will see it on the gram. I bought this huge float. It probably is the biggest float, pool float, that I have ever seen. This thing is sick. It seats 15 people. It has a cooler. It even has cup holders, and it's as big as a small boat. I bought this for Jeremy for his birthday, and he finally decided to blow it up. It took us about maybe 4 people and 2 hours, but we finally blew it up and were able to float it in the pool in Lake Como. I wanted to take it out to the lake, but we were afraid of floating out too far and not being able to get back. So we floated this big float in a pool that was about the size of the float. After Lake Como, can you do a cute plane for this? After Lake Como, I flew to Monaco. No, I drove. I drove to Monaco. So change it to a car, Paul. Insert car here. The funny thing is, I don't actually love Monaco itself. It's not really my steez, and I want to be specific about my type of travel so you guys know what I'm about. But it's special because it's the first place that Jay and I traveled to when we were dating, and it's the first place that we ever established what was going on with us. Monaco is a really fancy upscale Vegas, but with more expensive cars and people and food and fashion. Monaco is gorgeous if you like luxurious, fancy things. Gambling, all day in Monaco. I like to see grit. I like to see raw. I like to see street vendors, and I like to eat at mom and pop's shops. Monaco is very famous for its shopping area, and the center of it is this plaza where people just love to drive up their cars, and they were like Bugattis, Porsches, and I don't even know the cars, to be honest with you. But whether you own the car or you rent it, you get your car, you drive up to this area, and then you just park, and you just leave it there. And what happens then is all these tourists from around the world come up to the car and they just take pictures. They like grab their kids, they make the kids like, go in there, take a picture. The kids are like, hi, it's so weird to me that these people will just come and like take pictures with these cars. So me and Jared, we were there together. Jared said, I think these people don't even know what these cars are. I think they just go to them because everybody's making a big deal about them. And I said, you're totally right, because I don't know what these cars are, but it makes me feel like I should care. He's like, let's go take a picture next to the ugliest car and just make it a big deal. So we ran up to the most bootiest cars, like, not even booty. If I'm honest, I think I owned one of them in high school, like a Toyota. And we just stood next to him and was like, oh my God, this is the best car ever. Hi, yes, hi. And people swarmed and like came over. They were like, wait, what's going on? What's happening? And they were following us. We have a whole bunch of pictures with us next to basic cars while everybody was taking pictures with like a Batmobile. Yeah, the Batmobile was there too. Even though I wouldn't normally stay in Monaco, the reason why I did is because I wanted to touch points with a very special place between Jeezy and I. Like I told you, Jeezy and I traveled there in the beginning of our relationship, and there was this one bridge that we walked to after dinner. It was late at night, like maybe 1 a.m. At this bridge, we stopped and had probably one of the most pivotal conversations in our relationship. We call it doing life, because what he asked me was, what do you want to do in our life? I had just gotten out of marriage and I was afraid, and I wasn't sure if he really was who he was showing me. He also wasn't sure, but we both knew what we wanted, but we didn't know what that looked like. Like, does that mean moving in together? Where does that mean living together? Does that mean blending our families? Does it mean like, we had no idea. And as I stood on this bridge and talked to this man that I was falling in love with, we had like a 3-hour talk on this bridge. So I decided to walk that bridge by myself. I FaceTimed Jeezy and we had the best date night talk on that bridge. My now husband, at a time when a year ago, I did not know what life could hold for us. I wanted everything, but I didn't know if it was okay to ask for everything. I didn't know if that was weird to ask for everything and if I deserved it. I mean, literally when we flew home, we made changes. I moved in with him. We started to change our schedule and turn down work in order to be together more. And that's essentially what doing life was. But we wouldn't have known that if we didn't have that talk on that bridge. That's what I also mean about traveling alone. If he was there with me, we might be sitting at the Batmobile or gambling. So I don't know if I would have experienced that again with him. Being able to be by myself was really cool to reflect on that. You cannot go to Monaco without visiting Ez. Ez is this beautiful, quaint little town at the very top of this hill. It's a hotel called the Golden Goat, or it's also Chateau de la Chèvre d'Or. Is that right? Chateau de la Chèvre d'Or. Please butcher me down in the comments below. This is also a place that Jeezy and I stayed at. So I was able to go there, shop around. I love discovering local vendors, street vendors, local artists, people who curate foods. I found this sweet little man. His name was Michael, and he actually had a tea bar and a salt bar of infused salts, Himalayan salts, rock salts, and teas he hand mixed and blended on his own. You guys know I love my tea. They're so fragrant. I have rose-infused tea, hibiscus-infused teas, ginger, lemons, lavender. Not only am I going to gift this to my friends that love tea, but I'm also going to fill up my little tea bar that I have here at home. You take the tea and you fill glass canisters like this, never plastic, because we don't want to use plastic and it doesn't savor the aroma of your teas. And you can scoop from out of this, flavor them with your honeys, and live your life. That little moment, I want to thank you, Michael, and I have a little bit of you in my kitchen. And I also went to Cannes. Of course, Cannes is only an hour and a half away from Monaco, so I had to shop. You guys know I have a clothing line that's coming out on October 6th, but I'm just so inspired by fun, beautiful prints and loungewear. Mint sage pajamas. Like, these are pajamas that I would obviously wear anywhere. The color And the print, right? Buy yourself something, especially supporting local street vendors, that remind you of your travels so that you can bring a little bit of that in your day. So I encourage you guys to make sure you take a vacation. It doesn't have to be far. It can be somewhere just in another city, but take some time for you. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment below where you guys are thinking of traveling next, or if you want to invite me out to your hometown, your country, your hood, let me know. And thank you, Kenzie, so much for sponsoring this episode. Arrivederci.